Target is reportedly weighing a new paid membership program akin to Amazon Prime and Walmart Plus. According to Bloomberg, the project titled Project Trident internally could launch as soon as this year as the retailer looks for a way to reduce its recent sales declines and could also include Shipt, the delivery business it acquired years ago. Chris, whether you're ready for it or not, this is also the A&M put you on the spot question.
Of course it is, right off the get-go, right?
It is. Stop your coughing fits, because the A&M Consumer and Retail Group wants to know if Target's paid membership program announcement is a signal that these programs are becoming a competitive table stakes among this peer group, or does Target have a chance to differentiate here based on any unique properties or partnership opportunities? Chris, the floor is yours.
Wow. There's a lot of nuance in that question, I think, ultimately, and how I think about that. What initially comes to mind for me is I don't think it's a signal of table stakes, Anne. I'm curious what you think, but I actually think it could be a signal that membership programs like this could be actually losing their steam ultimately as a point of differentiation. I mean, I think we said a while back, I don't remember what show it was, but we had kind of asked the question, like, why do you even need a Prime membership anymore? Right? You remember that?
Yeah. Yep.
And because the hook for me, I was thinking about this last night, the hook for me is the Amazon Prime Video, right? And for Walmart Plus, I imagine it's the Paramount Plus feature, probably the gas discounts as well. But it isn't the expectation of shipping speed, in my opinion. Maybe a little bit with same day and Walmart Plus, relative to Amazon, but not with Amazon anymore. So it actually makes me question Amazon a lot. But so for that reason, I think ultimately, I think it's hard for Target to do this right, because you're going to have to get your core demographic, where there's a great overlap with Amazon and Walmart already, to fork over another $100 a month when those two options already exist. So, and the other thing is, it flies squarely in the face of expect more, pay less as your brand promise, unless you figure out the hook. And so that's the big question to me. What's the hook going to be? Is it a Disney Plus membership that's free, an Apple Plus membership that's free? Do you partner with someone like 7-Eleven to give you gas discounts whenever you stop by there? I don't know, but because it's a subscription program, how you create that marketing hook really matters. And so net, I don't know. I'm curious to see where this goes. I think it'll be a litmus test for the new marketing team. But at the end of the day, the thing about subscription programs, they're a pretty easy thing to trial. They're pretty low risk at the end of the day. You get somebody to fork over $100 a month, like anybody you get to do that, it just falls for the most part to the bottom line, because you're not really doing anything differently as long as the unit economics work. So that's another important element here too. So maybe it's not table stakes, but it's like the convergence of everyone's just going to do it, because it's just, from a business standpoint, not that hard to do.
Yeah, I'm really curious too, Chris. And one thing that when we brought this headline up, when we were out at Manifest last week, is you talked about, you were the one too who said, like, what does this mean for red card holders? And I think that that's still like a really powerful component of this. And red card has meant extra benefits in the past for Target customers. It's meant free shipping in the past. It's meant all of these things. So what happens, like, from all the benefits that are already starting to decline for red card holders? Like, you have to meet a minimum $35 shipping threshold now, and you didn't have to do that before.
Right.
Like, there's all these things starting to be taken away. And so, like, what does that look like then? And what does that do to your red card membership, that I would imagine is still a very valuable part of Target's revenue stream from its customers? So I think you're right in that testing this kind of program isn't there's nothing wrong with testing that just to see what happens, but it feels a little too late for me for Target to come in on this. And the last thing I would say too is, I think it's a fair point to say we don't know what the perks are. So it's hard to comment on this until we know what the value
100%.
proposition is. And knowing Target, they'll try to bring as much value to make this competitively differentiated. But Target is beloved by its customers because of the store experience too. Like, I still think that's a really, that's what differentiates them from Walmart and certainly from Amazon. And so I think that, how do you translate that into better experiences also that make it worthwhile? Like, are there access to drops, to events in store, which is an entirely new thing that Target's going to have to work on? Like, there's just so much that goes into really leaning on Target's strengths. So I don't know about this, Target. I hope that you prove us wrong and you come out with a bang here, and that there's something that will get me to kind of maintain that brand love and continue to have your customers maintain that brand love enough so that they're willing to pay $100 a year for a membership.
Yeah, that's a really good point too. I hadn't thought about that in a while, but when was the last time, I'm asking you this now, like when was the last time a brand partnership really resonated with you that stood out? I feel like it's been like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
It's
I
been a
mean,
long time.
enough to
But
get you into a store for like the drop, I guess. Like
yeah.
that's for me the question. So
Yeah, so
yeah,
so yeah, so the test is on for the target marketing team here to figure this out if they end up doing it. But yeah, there's a lot of things to figure out if you're gonna do this right.